Imagine this. A young boy sits alone in a quiet room. He is not outside playing with friends. He is not reading stories. He is thinking about numbers. Only numbers. He does not realize it yet. But one day, his ideas will change the world. His name is David Hilbert, and this is his story. As you listen, notice the new words. This story will help you improve your listening skills. Just relax and let the words flow. Chapter 1. The Quiet Boy Who Loved Numbers. Picture this moment. It is winter in Königsberg. The year is 1862. Snow covers the streets. The air is cold and still. Inside a small house on Kirchenstrasse, a baby cries for the first time. His name is David. David Hilbert is born on January 23, 1862. His father, Otto, is a judge. His mother, Maria, loves philosophy and the stars. She also loves numbers. David is their first child, their only son. His childhood is quiet. His father is strict. He walks the same path every day. He follows rules. Always. But David's mother is different. She is curious. She asks questions. She looks at the sky. She thinks about big ideas. She spends a lot of time teaching David at home during his early years. She shows him that learning can be beautiful. Think about this. When you were a child, who helped you learn? Who showed you that the world is full of wonder? For David, it was his mother. At age 8, David starts school. He goes to the Friedrichs-Collegium Gymnasium. It is a good school, but it is not easy for him. The school teaches Latin. It teaches Greek. It asks students to memorize long lists. David is not good at memorizing. He feels lost. He feels slow. In later years, he will say he was a dull and silly boy at school. But maybe he was just different. Maybe his mind worked in a special way. At age 10, something begins to change. David starts to see patterns in numbers. He sees shapes in his thoughts. Mathematics begins to speak to him. He does not realize it yet. But this feeling, this quiet love for numbers, will become his life. As you listen, notice how we use simple words to tell a big story. This helps your English grow, little by little. Chapter 2. The Long Road Through Doubt. Now, picture this. David is a teenager. He is 16 years old. He transfers to a new school, the Wilhelm Gymnasium. This school is different. Teachers here encourage original thinking. They ask, "What do you think?" For the first time, David feels seen. His math teacher writes in his report. He has a very lively interest. He understands deeply. He can apply ideas with sureness and ingenuity. David graduates with top marks in mathematics. He enters the University of Königsberg in 1880. He is 18 years old. He studies hard. He reads. He thinks. He asks questions. But the road is not smooth. University is challenging. The ideas are big. The problems are hard. Sometimes, David feels afraid. What if he's not smart enough? What if he fails? He has moments of doubt. Many students do. But David has something special. He has friends. 2 friends change his life: Hermann Minkowski and Adolf Hurwitz. They're also young mathematicians. They love numbers, just like David does. They meet, they talk, they share ideas late into the night. They push each other. They challenge each other. They grow together. Think about this. Who are the people who believe in you? Who help you when you feel weak? For David, these friends were a gift. On 1885, David finishes his PhD. He's 23 years old. He travels to Paris. He meets famous mathematicians. He feels small. He feels nervous. He becomes sick. He feels homesick. It is a hard time. But he does not give up. He returns to Germany. He becomes a lecturer at the University of Königsberg in 1886. He is young, he is learning, he is growing. And then a new chapter begins. Chapter 3. The Spark That Lighted 1,000 Minds. Imagine this moment. The year is 1895. David Hilbert is 33 years old. He receives an offer, a big offer. The University of Göttingen wants him. Göttingen is the most famous place for mathematics in the world. Giants walked there before him. Carl Friedrich Gauss, Bernhard Riemann, Peter Gustav Lejeune Dirichlet. David says yes. He moves to Göttingen with his wife Kathy. They married in 1892. They have a son, Franz, born in 1893. Göttingen becomes David's home, his workplace, his dream. And here, something amazing happens. David does not just teach, he inspires. He walks with students, he talks about problems, he listens, he encourages. He makes mathematics feel alive. His classroom is not a quiet room. It is a place of discovery, of excitement, of hope. Students come from all over the world to learn from him. Göttingen becomes the center of the mathematical world. Think about this. What happens when one person believes in an idea and shares it with love? David Hilbert shows US in 1899. He publishes a book, Foundations of Geometry. For over 2,000 years, people used Euclid's rules for geometry. David asks, can we make these rules clearer? Can we build geometry on stronger ground? He writes 21 axioms, simple, clear starting points. His book changes how people think about space, about shape, about truth. It is a quiet revolution. Then, in the year 1900, David does something extraordinary. He stands before mathematicians from many countries. He is in Paris. It is the International Congress of Mathematicians. He speaks. He says, I have 23 problems, 23 questions for the future of mathematics. These are not small questions. They are big, deep, important. Some are about numbers, some about space, some about the very foundations of math itself. He does not know the answers. No one does. But he believes, if we work together, if we keep asking, we will find them. This list of 23 problems becomes a gift to the world. Mathematicians spend the next 100 years trying to solve them. Some problems are solved quickly. Some take decades. Some are still open today. David Hilbert did not just ask questions. He gave direction. He gave hope. He gave a mission. Think about this. What question would you ask if you could shape the future? As you listen, notice how we use short sentences. This makes the story easy to follow. Your English grows with every word. Chapter 4. The Dream That Touched the Stars. Now, picture this. David Hilbert is not only a mathematician, he is also a dreamer. He believes mathematics and physics are connected, like two sides of the same coin. He works on new ideas, integral equations, functional analysis, infinite dimensional spaces. This last idea, infinite dimensional spaces, becomes known as Hilbert space. Today, Hilbert space is essential. It is used in quantum mechanics, in signal processing, in modern physics. But David does not work for fame. He works for understanding. In 1915, something remarkable happens. Albert Einstein comes to Göttingen. He is developing his general theory of relativity. It is a new idea about gravity, about space, about time. Einstein struggles with the mathematics. David listens. He thinks. He works. By November 1915, both men, working separately, find the same field equations for gravity. David gives all credit to Einstein. He is humble. He is generous. But his mathematical insight helps shape one of the greatest theories in science. Think about this. When you help someone, do you need credit? Or is the work itself enough? David shows us that true greatness is quiet. In the 1920s, David begins a new dream. He wants to prove that mathematics is consistent, that its rules do not lead to contradictions. He calls this Hilbert's program. He believes, if we choose the right starting points, we can build all of mathematics on solid ground. It is a bold dream, a beautiful dream. Later, a mathematician named Kurt Gödel shows that this dream cannot be fully achieved. But David's work still changes everything. He helps establish the formal foundations of mathematics. He shows the power of clear thinking, of careful logic. His influence spreads far beyond math. Students he teaches become leaders. Ideas he plants grow into forests. He receives honors, prizes, respect. But for David, the greatest reward is simple: the joy of discovery, the pleasure of a problem solved, the warmth of a shared idea. He once said, "Physics is actually too hard for physicists." He said it with a smile, but he meant something deep. Mathematics can bring clarity to confusion, order to chaos. As you listen, notice the emotional words: dream, hope, joy, warmth. These words help you feel the story, not just understand it. Chapter 5. The Light That Never Goes Out. Now imagine this. The year is 1930. David Hilbert is 68 years old. He retires from teaching. He has given his life to mathematics, to students, to big questions. He believes in human progress, in the power of reason, in the beauty of truth. But the world around him is changing. In 1933, the Nazi regime comes to power in Germany. Dark times begin. Many of David's friends and students are Jewish. They are forced to leave. They lose their jobs, their homes, their safety. Göttingen, once full of life and ideas, becomes quiet, empty, sad. David watches. His heart breaks. He is old now. He is tired. He feels alone. But he does not lose hope. In 1930, at a ceremony in his honor, David gives a speech. He speaks about knowledge, about courage, about the future. These words become his legacy. They are carved on his gravestone. They are a promise, a prayer, a rallying cry for all who seek truth. David Hilbert dies on February 14, 1943. He is 81 years old. Only about 10 people attend his funeral. The war, the regime, the fear keep many away. It is a sad ending for a great life, but here is the truth. David Hilbert's light did not go out. His ideas live on. His 23 problems still inspire mathematicians today. Hilbert's space is used in quantum computing, in artificial intelligence, in modern science. His belief in clear thinking, in asking big questions, in never giving up, continues to guide us. Think about this. What will your legacy be? What ideas will you leave behind? David's story teaches us. It is okay to start slow. He was not a star student, but he kept going. Friends matter. The right people can change your life. Big dreams start with small steps. One question, one idea, one day. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is moving forward, even when you're afraid. Your work can outlive you. What you build with love lasts. As you listen, notice how the story comes full circle, from a quiet boy to a world-changing thinker. This structure helps you remember and learn. So, what can we learn from David Hilbert? First, your beginning does not define your ending. David was not the fastest learner, but he was persistent. He kept asking questions. He kept thinking. You can do the same. Second, share your light. David did not keep ideas to himself. He taught, he mentored, he inspired. When you learn something, share it. Your words might change someone's life. Third, ask big questions. David's 23 problems shaped a century of mathematics. What questions are you asking? What problems do you want to solve? Do not be afraid to think big. Fourth, hold on to hope. Even in dark times, David believed. We must know, we shall know. When life is hard, remember these words. Keep going, keep believing. Your story is still being written. And finally, be kind. David was known for his warmth, his generosity, his love for people. Success is not just about what you achieve. It is about how you treat others along the way. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. It helps us bring more stories like this to you. Now I want to ask you something. Think about this question. What is one big question you want to answer in your life? Write your answer in the comments. It can be about your work, your dreams, your relationships, your growth. Just one question from your heart. Many people will watch this video, but only a few will comment. Be one of them. I read every comment, and I would love to hear your question. Thank you for listening. Thank you for learning. Thank you for being here. Until next time, keep asking, keep growing, keep believing. We must know, we shall know.